Spotlight on those who served. Brought to you by Gray Bar.
Many enter the military with a passion to serve their country, but no one signs up to do battle with health struggles after their mission is complete.
Tonight, News 4's Emily Pritchard shares one St. Louis area woman's journey.
Angela Peacock was once a smiling teenager from Ferguson with dreams to have an impact.
I need something with meaning. I need something with that, is like big impact. Like I just felt like uneasy. Like I need to go do something that like has meaning. And so I couldn't find anything better than like serving your country.
Retired Sergeant Peacock, a soldier with the U.S. Army for nearly 7 years. Every minute since, she's been working to fight the stigma of a veteran trying to adjust to civilian life.
The narrative is always that like we're damaged or we're broken or something is wrong, but there's a lot right about the way that we came back.
Peacock doesn't like the word disorder used when talking about post-traumatic stress.
People think there's something wrong with you, and I feel like that's what's right with me because like my brain and body adapted to help me live through that, and like it's not easy to forget.
Peacock was one of the first soldiers on the ground in the Iraq War after 9/11.
I was in pretty much like the first wave, probably one of the first female combat veterans to ever get into Iraq.
Many of her days in Baghdad spent on convoys, always on alert.
There's children that try to sell you things, but sometimes the things had explosives in them.
Trying to survive the unknown they were up against.
There's dead animals on the side of the road, and you can't, drive by them because they have a bomb in there.
While fighting an outside enemy, she battled an internal one. Peacock became very ill in Iraq, her appearance drastically changing, losing 40 pounds in a month, withering down to 100 pounds.
I'm gonna die from one or the other. So like every day before I would leave for a convoy, I would make up my bed and make sure all my stuff was neat and clean because I was like, okay, if I die on the way today, like I don't want my unit to have to clean up a mess. So like that really did something to me because like I was walking that line between life and death like every single minute.
Peacock served in South Korea before the Iraq War. That's where she says she was sexually assaulted at the age of 21 by another military member, adding to her trauma.
That rape was just one night, it was a couple hours, but that war was like 6 months every day thinking that I was gonna die. And like those two experiences were profoundly different, but the war is what just completely shattered me.
Peacock was medically evacuated out of Iraq.
So I lost my career just asking for help.
And she was medically retired, suffering from PTSD.
I was on 17 medications in 2006. That was what my treatment was. I didn't get any therapy really.
Over more than a decade, she's weaned herself off medication, tried other therapy, and found strength at the end of a leash from her service dog, G.I. Joe.
I just decided to kind of like take the reins back of my own health.
Peacock will never forget her time in uniform, serving our country. She now mentors other veterans.
It's been life-changing.
And advocates for better treatment for vets when they ask for help. Peacock tells me she's not different from anyone else. Trauma is universal, but the hard-fought battle is worth it.
Feel it, and don't be afraid of like your symptoms or emotions or feelings. Like don't swallow them. Like just learn how to feel and find connection in your community with people that love you and that will listen to you, and that is what heals.
From St. Charles, Emily Pritchard, News 4.
Peacock is about to start a new journey. She'll be living full-time in an RV traveling across the country to promote a documentary she's in called Medicating Normal. Film profiles 4 people who were prescribed drugs to treat issues like trauma, anxiety, and depression, and some of the consequences they faced after. Angela's goal is to make a difference by sharing her experience.